Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Wagner. This is week 6 of school. Thank you for coming. This week, we are going to add color to our pumpkins. Last week, we did contour line drawings of our pumpkins. That would be the outline of our pumpkin. We did our stems. We made our ribs. Those are the lines that go from the stem to the bottom of the pumpkin. Remember how they start out at the stem and they converge or they meet at the bottom of the pumpkin. That makes it look a little more realistic. We are going to be talking about warm and cool colors today. On the module for week 6, you will find at the top of the module, it says warm and cool color video. I would like you to watch that video. It's maybe a couple of minutes long and it gives you an introduction to warm and cool colors. Warm and cool colors are these colors. Cool colors are blue and different kinds of blues, light blues, dark blues, turquoise blue. They're all cool colors. Greens, you can have super dark like forest green or very light, bright yellowish green. They're still cool colors. Purple is cool color, gray and black. Warm colors are reds, yellows. Sometimes you can have yellow that's a little bit between a yellow and an orange, yellow, orange. That's warm. Different shades of pink. You can go from bright magenta, hot pink, to a real light pink. They're still warm colors. And all the different shades of orange, those are warm colors. We're going to do part of our painting with warm colors and part of our painting with cool colors. I think we're going to do the background of our painting with cool colors. Now, if you look at watercolors, and I would hope that you might have some watercolors at home. If you don't, Walmart has them and they're really not expensive. You want to get the ones that are by Crayola. They last a whole lot longer and the paint is a little deeper. It's a little thicker. There's a little more paint in the paint trays. And I think they're about $3, so they're really not terribly expensive. I think it's Crayola 2 times or something. It just gives you 2 times the paint. So we're going to talk about painting the background, cool colors. You're allowed to mix some of the colors to create your own cool colors. Now, the cool colors are this dark purple, blue, green, black. Brown is a little bit more of a warm color, but if you mix it with the other colors, it would be cool. So I'm going to do the background first. I wet my brush. Now I use a big bamboo brush. I just like it better with watercolors. And if I want to use that color, I need to get a little bit of water inside each one. Not a puddle, but just a nice brush full. Then I wash my brush after each time I'm done touching the paints. And I'm going to begin painting my background. I'm not going to paint the whole thing because once you see what I'm doing and why I'm staying away from my pumpkin, you'll understand. I'll probably just do half of it. I'm going to add a little black to this blue and show you what happens. It looks real pretty with black. It looks more like a night sky if you add black to it. Now these are your paints. Be careful with them. You don't want to mess them up if you get too much black in another color. Just use a clean wet brush and it can come clean. A little more black. I might add a little bit of purple to it. That makes it real pretty too. So all the way down the side, I'm going to paint up against, well, there's Mrs. Wagner making a mistake already. Up against the pumpkin, and please paint all the way to the edge of the paper. And it's okay if they kind of look blotchy. That's really what watercolors do. My watercolor, this paper I'm giving you or you have at home probably is not watercolor paper because watercolor paper is real expensive. Sometimes I've seen paper that was like $10 a piece. That's a lot of money for paper. But it's super, super thick. And if you are a watercolor artist, you would definitely want to have watercolor paper. But since we're just artists in training, we probably wouldn't spend $10 for a piece of paper. So I did half of my sky. I'm not going to do the other half because you can understand you're going to do your sky cool colors. And I didn't put green in my sky because I'm going to use some green for the bottom because I'm going to pretend that this is grass. I could add a little bit of black to that just to change it up a little bit. I can even add a little blue to give it a little bluer tint to it, so that there's not just one color. And it's kind of fun to mix colors. So you're gonna make some crazy, beautiful grass. And I'm, again, only gonna do half of it because you understand that I'm painting it greenish blue with a little bit of black. That is the sky and the ground, the earth. Those are our cool colors. Now for our warm colors, my pumpkin is going to be the warm colors. I'm going to use red, so I'm going to get it wet, wash my brush out, get a little water on my orange, wash my brush again, and then get my yellow. Now your pumpkin can be stripes. It could be all the colors. You can mix them together. I'm going to add a little bit of orange to this, so it's not just plain yellow. It's more like a orange yellow. And I like to mix paints. I will just do a few of these. I can mix red with a little yellow to make my own orange. Remember, boys and girls, red and yellow, those are two primary colors. They mixed orange, which is a secondary color. I need a little more water in that orange. It's a little dry. If you get too much water on your brush, your puddle inside your paints will be, oh man, I'm making a splotchy mess. They'll get too much water and it will be kind of light. It'll be hard to see your paints, so dry your brush out a little bit if you've got too much water. Then you're working with a much brighter color. So I think this will probably be as much as I'm going to paint, because you understand that I'm painting my pumpkin warm colors. The warm colors on one half of your paints, the cool colors on the other. Now for my pumpkin stem, please don't do it green. Green is a cool color. But remember earlier I said you could use brown to make your stem. Even add a little bit of warm red to it to warm it up even more. You can even add a little bit of orange, see what that does. Orange with a little bit of blue makes brown. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to finish all of your background, paint all the sky, blues and purples, and a little bit of black. And then your grass, go all the way across. Don't stop like I did. I'm just not going to sit here and paint while you watch me. Do this greens. The background and the ground have to be cool colors. Your pumpkin will be all warm colors. Please keep this pumpkin with you, because next week we will probably going to do something else fun with it. Thank you and enjoy yourselves.